What is up, everybody? My name is Murphy. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Today we are climbing up and down scaffolding. That's it. That's the episode. Okay, that was long enough. No, I'm kidding. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are building our gold farm here on top of the nether. We are currently above a nether waste biome. In fact, most of the places around here are a nether waste biome. And today we're going to be building a farm designed by Nembom. Nembom is a very well-known redstoner and farm maker in the Minecraft community, in case you didn't know. He's at Ilmango's level as well. Yeah, we're going to be building this design. I'm actually going to pop into the creative world he provides in his video, which, as always, is linked down in the description below, to try to explain a little bit of the farm. So let's pop in the creative world and start the time lapse here of us building this beautiful farm. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we're here in Nembom's world. You can see I actually have Minecraft muted, I'm pretty sure. No, I don't. Well, it's not making sound, and I'm going to appreciate it because this farm is really loud. Anyway, point here is this is the gold farm. Now, I'm going to cover this top to bottom because it's easier that way, but I won't pretend to know everything about this gold farm. Nembom's video is half an hour long and he explains every last detail of the farm. So if you're really interested in the technical side and all that, I highly recommend his video. I'll be going over some of the things, but not all of them. So to start off with, this farm has to be on a nether waste. So just to check nether wastes, you know, make sure every block is on a nether waste. Otherwise, you're going to lose efficiency because that's where piglins spawn. And secondly, as you might have noticed, the spawning platforms are magma blocks. And the reason for that is that there is actually more than one mob that spawns on the nether wastes. You have the zombie fight piglin and you have the regular piglin. And I'm pretty sure hoglins can also spawn. One way or the other, the only one who can spawn on magma blocks because they don't burn is the zombified piglin. So, by you making this out of magma blocks, you're making sure that nothing but the zombified piglin. So, by having this be magma blocks, only zombified piglin will spawn. And as you can see, there are quite a lot of platforms, and Nembom did say that he tried to squeeze more in, but he couldn't because, well, he could. The only reason he didn't is because he was trying to find a midpoint between having a lot of platforms and not having to spawn proof the entire 128 radius around the farm. Because due to the fact that you actually AFK down here for your XP gaining needs, you actually are going to need to sort of perimeter quite a big area, but we'll get to that then. Each platform, or actually each 3 platforms, right, each platform has the center. The center is made up of a glass front here, 2 trapdoors on the sides, grindstones on these 2 corners, and glass here. And the reason for the grindstones is that also you have trapdoors here to stop them from getting to the turtle eggs that they actually want to destroy. So they are actually going to be mad at you and so will drop gold, because if they just die without being angry at you, they won't drop gold. Well, technically it's not at you, it's at the egg, but it works nonetheless. Anyway, the point of the grindstones here, and this is actually a pretty ingenious trick, is to make this drop be a little bit more than 1 block. And this way, when 2 piglins try to push each other, they're gonna be able to come into here. So yeah, that is actually a really cool feature added by him. It does mean a bit more resource gathering, but it is pretty cool nonetheless. Now, each egg is covering 3 platforms, I think. It covers the one it's directly on, the one above, and I think the one below, but I'm not sure of that one. It might only cover 2, but nonetheless, it covers a lot of them. And what the piglins are going to, when the piglin spawns around here, it's going to take a second or 2 to think, and then it's going to realize it's angry at the egg, and then it's going to come in here and die, like it's happening right down there. And every other platform is basically 2 blocks high, different from each other. They're exactly the same like shape, And you also sometimes see this chicken, raw chicken and feathers. This is when does baby zombified piglin spawn on chickens and the chickens get killed by the magma blocks. Now, the only actual interesting platform is the top one. And why is that? Because of two things. First of all, there's a little perimeter of glass, a few blocks in width around it. And the reason for that is to increase spawn rates, I think. Once again, this is something that if you're interested on, I recommend Nembomb's video. I'm not going to pretend to know the technical side of Minecraft, or at least not this well. So if you guys want to figure out why, but I'm pretty sure this increases the spawning rates, and he also provides the perfect AFK spot right over here to AFK for simply gold, because the farm actually has two modes, one for gold and one for XP. Now, finally, you can see that up here we have a few blocks of glass in specific location, and this is to stop the spawning of magma cubes and gas, which can also spawn in nether waste, because now that I think about it, anything can spawn in nether waste. They're just really big, so they won't spawn in a 2-block high space. So yeah, that's the platforms. Now, the piglins will fall through this chute and will die on impact or be one hit. Actually, no, they will die on impact. But there is a mode to this farm which uses honey blocks to slow their fall enough to not kill them, so you have to kill them with your sword. Now, it's very hard to make them one hit considering that you have such a difference in height. But yeah, it is still pretty cool, and you can just AFK here with an auto clicker and kill them. So, to turn on and off the modes, you hit this button. I'm not going to do it because it's going to cause some lag. Because this actually generates a lot of piglins. So yeah. Then down here, you can see that there are a lot of hoppers collecting items, and the reason for this is that it's actually very hard for the hoppers to keep up with the amount of stuff that this farm drops, and hence the use of minecarts onto more minecarts onto more hoppers. And then here, because the hopper system below is actually not fast enough to catch all of these items, Nembomb created this ingenious little design where he holds up the items into droppers and then drops them onto cobwebs to slow them down. This is just an item detector, it's no big deal. You can see it has a observer clock with some comparators, repeaters, and redstone. But anyway, he drops them onto cobwebs, then onto this thing over here that pushes them to the side. And you can see how it's pushing them, and eventually it'll push them down into the middle on top of the ender chest, which will then be pushed by a gold block. And the beauty of being pushed by a gold block is that it's not, the gold block isn't a full block. It's very nearly a full block, but it's not one, which means they will be sort of hanging between the two blocks when they get kicked out by this piston with a slime, which will kick them out and make them run across the ice. And through here, we're going to pick up gold nuggets and gold ingots, and everything else, which should just be raw flesh, is going to come here and be destroyed in this lava. Yeah, you can see there are a lot of chests. I'm pretty sure all but these two are gold ingots. Everything else is gold nuggets, so this produces an absurd amount of gold, which is good because it's what we need. Then for the killing area, Nembomb actually designed a little system here, which is really good because it allows excess XP, which tends to just lag you out, to be destroyed by this cactus as it rotates around you. And you might think this is a waste of XP, but to be honest, I've had farms, and there are several farm designs out there where you just have so much XP that you're lagging out, and that sort of destroys the whole point of the farm. So yeah. Behind here we have a little setup with some enchanting, a grindstone, etc. Let's see. In here we have 2 levels of trapdoors and a level of ender chests. And this is... this is a tactic to divert XP and not items. He actually has this pretty well thought out, to be honest. And yeah, that is the major system of the farm. I'm going to show you this redstone here a little bit because it's interesting and I've actually not looked at it extensively. I don't know why I always have F3 on me. But yeah, you can see it has this little system here. I don't know what... Oh, I guess this powers it. This is a note block? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, you can see that every so often it's powered and pushed. and all the items make the raid. It's quite a smart system. Now, this is the farm itself. However, there is one more thing that we have to pay attention to, which is the spawning area. You see, he marked it right over here with this glass block, but if we go into spectator and go down into here, you'll see that there is a huge sphere, which I'm assuming is 128 by 128, where having mob spawnable places is bad for you because it was going to slow down the rates. So while you're AFK, of course. So this glass sphere is just a symbolic representation. It is a pretty big radius, and it's not something we're going to address in today's episode. It's going to be something that I will address later on or off camera, because this is a lot of spawn proofing, and I don't know if I want to go about it on camera. It might get boring. But yeah, you can see he uses lava, fire, and just generally exploding everything to make this spawn proof. So this farm is highly optimized. He could have just removed this land and it would be the same level of optimization. But yeah, that's basically it for this little explanation, I guess you could call it. We're gonna now go back into Redstone Craft and just loads and just check out the farm over there, which should now be built. Okay guys, so we're back. It's been quite an eventful night of me building this. You can see that I even spawn-proof the shulker boxes. So this is built behind me. The redstone system is actually not that hard to build, to be honest. And the farm itself isn't hard either. It's a bit it's a lot of labor, but it's not particularly hard. And yeah, it is producing a good amount of gold, yet, like you can see right now, all the pigment falling. But it's not producing as much gold as I wanted to. And the reason for that is actually quite simple. Nothing is spawn-proofed. And what I'm probably going to do about that is that off camera, I'm going to go down below us, and I'm just going to go and mine out for caves and other places, and just spawn-proof them. I'm not gonna blow a huge hole, so I'm probably gonna use like carpets or actually something that's not flammable. Pressure plates maybe. I don't know, but it is gonna be spawn proofed. Now, this is actually really loud, so I apologize. You can see the mine carts are in here. That was actually annoying to get. And the system is actually not outputting anywhere. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to append a sorting system to the end here. And yeah, that is our next step in this farm. And it's also, wow, there's a biome right here. I didn't know that. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. That's basalt deltas, right? Yup. That's going to be annoying. Anyway, that's our next stop. We're going to make a collection system to get the gold out of here. Holy crap, that is a lot of piglins. So, I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, so it's actually been 2 hours since that last clip. We're back, though, and you can see the farm is working pretty nicely. It is producing quite a bit of gold if I AFK up there. And you can see that we now have a storage system that's separated into... I guess that wasn't working. This is gold bars, this is gold bars, that's nuggets, and onwards and onwards. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I did up here for the sorting system. So I basically copied their sorting system. I just added some barriers because... why are you not working? That redstone block always fucks everything up. Okay, there you go. You can see it. What it does is it pushes the items down here and then it punts them in. I actually should stand over here for this to have any effect. There you go. Look, that rotten flesh should come all the way back here and it's burnt. There we go. Gold nuggets are going to be picked up by the first two and gold ingots by all the others. We actually have one less gold ingot chest here than they do on their design, but I'm not too worried, to be honest. So yeah. Now, the farm is done, but there is one more thing that needs to get done and that I'm going to get done off camera, which is spawn proofing. Like I discussed during the showcase of the farm in the creative world, this farm relies a lot on mob spawning proof so that it actually has incredible rates instead of just generally average rates. So we're gonna be doing that off camera. Where did you spawn? Hello. Actually, now that I think about it, I have to spawn proof that. Yep, otherwise that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna spawn proof that, and off camera I'm gonna try spawn proofing the nether the most that I can. I don't think I'm gonna blow it up. I'm probably gonna use stone pressure plates or something to spawn proof it. But yeah, that guy right there is pissed at me. Sadly though, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I've got time for today. It's actually been a pretty big undertaking, to be honest. I know for you guys it really hasn't, but for me it has. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to learn more about the mechanics of the farm, the tutorial is linked down in the description below. He doesn't really show how to build it, but he does talk about every piece of mechanics in the farm. And it's a really interesting video. But yeah, that is all I've got time for today, folks. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's it for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.